Mexico State Penitentiary in Santa Fe was the scene of the most murderous riot in U.S. prison history. Tomorrow, on the 32nd anniversary of that riot, Old Main, as it's now known, will be open for public tours. News 13's Crystal Gutierrez got a preview today.
The remnants of what some called hell still remain. A charred dorm where inmates were housed and even gash marks left behind from when an inmate was decapitated. Inside these walls is where New Mexico's most notorious prison riot took place. And now New Mexicans can relive it.
This is where the riot actually started.
On February 2nd, 1980, the prison's most dangerous inmates housed in an open dorm while their cells were under construction took down 2 officers.
They just decided that night that they were gonna take the place.
Then they bashed through bulletproof windows at central office with a fire extinguisher.
They wanted the keys. They wanted to have access to the entire facility.
By 2 that morning, 12 corrections officers were taken hostage, 3 shoved and locked inside this storage area. Fires started raging through the prison. Protective custody inmates became targets. Soon, SWAT teams and the National Guard would be called in.
My dad was one of the National Guard members called in to help take back the prison. He said the toughest part was going past this gate, getting locked in, and not knowing what they were going to face next.
Smell of death, burnt flesh. Just, it's hard to describe.
Ronnie Steen was with the Clayton National Guard group, called in first. The group was sent to the infirmary where inmates rummaged for drugs, then onto cell block 3 and 4.
There's a lot of guys that I was with will not talk about this.
Cell block 4 housed inmates in protective custody, some considered snitches.
When I walked in, there was smoke, water. The cell bars had been cut open. You could see where people had been beaten to death against the walls.
Bob White, then corrections officer and caseworker, was sent in to ID the 13 inmates killed. Marks from an inmate's decapitation still remain, and the outline of another burned inmate is still vivid.
And we've painted it. We've used all kinds of stripping products to try to get rid of it, and it just won't go away.
Crystal Gutierrez, KRQE News 13.
All of the inmates who died in that riot were killed by other inmates. Right now, the plan is for one tour a month on a Friday for 100 people. This week's tours are already booked up. Now, this is not the first time outsiders have been allowed into the old state pen since it shut down. 8 years ago, the state let Hollywood have the run of the place to film a remake of The Longest Yard, a prison football movie. Adam Sandler starred in that remake of the original Burt Reynolds classic. More